I always say I know that ghosts are not real, but it's more fun to believe in them. And I think as a child, I was sort of drawn to ghost stories.
A house as old as this one becomes, in time, a living thing.
Used to be read ghost stories by my English literature teacher. And I don't know, I think there's something very powerful in human nature about the mystery of the unknown. And we like to, I think it's good for society to have things that they don't understand in out there in the world. You know, I think there are still things we don't understand. We've never really been to the bottom of the ocean. We have no real idea of what's happening in space. When things go bump in the night, we all turn the lights on. So. The set itself was just so beautiful. It was so completely imagined and designed, and you know, I wish there's a tragedy about it that it doesn't exist anymore, because it felt like a real place. And I wish I could take people on a tour. You know, that in the wallpaper there were representations of moths, and in the moths' wings, the word fear was written into the walls. And the level of detail was really astonishing. You know, the fireplaces worked, and you could cook a meal in the kitchen, and the elevator went up 3 stories. So it just, as an actor, it's very rare to experience the privilege of working on a set like that. Someone once told me that when a character can no longer express how they feel in words, they sing or they dance. And that's what the great musicals are born out of. But I love the dancing in Crimson Peak. You know, it's fascinating. Mia Wasikowska and I we perform a waltz very early on. And it's a fascinating period of time, because up until about 30 years before 1901, many society dances had been, if you danced with a woman as a man, or if you danced in a couple, you'd be dancing side by side in figures of 8 or 16. And if you asked someone to dance, they would often be at your side. And those rebels in Vienna came up with something where you actually have your partner facing you, and you're chest to chest, and you're very close, and you can feel each other's breath, and you're spinning in circles, and the only way you don't lose balance is to look into your partner's eyes. It becomes an incredibly sexy, intimate thing. And also there's just the spinning emotion makes you feel very lightheaded. So maybe we'll bring waltzing back, you never know.
Do we have to do this? Must we?
Yes. You have no idea what they do.
I think my favorite British film, British horror movie is The Shining. I know Jack Nicholson obviously is an American actor, but Stanley Kubrick was a British filmmaker, and I think it's brilliant. And what else do I think? There's so many out there. Anything with Peter Cushing in it is likely to deliver the goods.